Hi, I'm Sabrina Liu, Solutions Architect at Snowflake. In this video, we will be going through the AWS CloudFormation part for your OpenFlow BYOC deployment. Now let's create a BYOC deployment. Click the Launch OpenFlow button on the top right to launch OpenFlow control plane. This may require you to sign in one more time with the same Snowflake credentials. From the control plane, stay with the current tab that says Setup Steps and click Create a Deployment. A deployment is the execution environment where OpenFlow pipelines actually run. It provides the necessary infrastructure such as the computing resources needed for the software to process data, etc. The OpenFlow documentation gives a more detailed explanation about the resources needed. Click Next, choose your cloud service provider and a unique name for your deployment. Currently, OpenFlow is only supported on AWS, but there's more to come. Let's name our deployment OpenFlow Demo and click Next again. There are two options to connect OpenFlow to your cloud infrastructure. One is to create a new VPC along with all the other resources using Snowflake-provided configurations. Or you can use your organization's existing VPC. The best way to manage both options is to create a new stack on AWS using CloudFormation. You can only have one deployment on each VPC, and your OpenFlow is running in its own isolated environment. Let's choose the new OpenFlow admin role we just created in the last video as owner and create a new VPC. Choose Managed VPC and click Create Deployment. This will bring up a pop-up window with a CloudFormation template to download. Don't worry if you accidentally close the window. Now the deployment can be found in the Deployments tab, and you can find the template again from the installation details. Now it's time to create the stack on AWS. Log into the AWS Management Console and search for CloudFormation. We will be creating a new stack using the predefined configurations. A stack is a collection of AWS resources, such as EC2 instance and gateway services. Before you start, make sure you choose the same region with your Snowflake account to avoid extra egress data transfer cost. Click Create Stack with New Resources, choose an existing template, upload a template file, then navigate to the previously downloaded YAML file and open. After we click Next, you will be able to review the stack details item by item. Let's also name the stack OpenFlow Demo. You can see that the parameters are already pre-filled based on the YAML file. With the Snowflake configured version, you don't need to make any changes to the template or the parameters. All of the resources, including the VPC and subnets, will be created from scratch. If you are using an existing VPC, you can enter the VPC and subnet information either from the template or in this parameter view, as they will be left blank. Click Next again. All of the default options should suffice. No IAM role is required, as the template includes the creation of a new IAM role that can properly access all of the resources required. Scroll down and check the acknowledgement box. And Next. If there's any issue with the template, an error will be returned at this step. Click Submit, and the CloudFormation will start working. All of the listed resources will be created one after another. The Event tab gives information for each update as a creation process starts. To view the final creation status, check the Resources tab. The first resources that get created are the VPC, the subnets, and the S3 bucket. The EC2 instance connect endpoint will take the most time, and this process will take around 5 minutes. Now all of the resources have been successfully created, and the stack is also showing as Create Complete. Let's go back to the OpenFlow control plane. The deployment is still showing as inactive. In order to connect to the AWS cloud, we need to whitelist the EC2 instance through the public IP address assigned in Net Gateway. From the CloudFormation stack, under Resources tab, look for Elastic IP. Copy the IP address. And we need to create a network rule in Snowflake to allow traffic with this IP address. Back to Snowsite UI and create a new network rule in ingress mode. Enter the IP address with a /32 for range notation to allow a single IP address. Next, add the network rule to your existing network policy. You won't need the account admin role or the security admin role to do this. After the IP address has been whitelisted, the EC2 instance, which is set up as the OpenFlow agent instance, will pull the Docker image of OpenFlow service from the Snowflake image repository and start the real setup process. This process could take up to about 45 minutes. To check the deployment status, we can take a look at the installation logs on EC2. Locate the EC2 instance from the CloudFormation stack. Go to the instance view, right-click on the instance ID, and connect. Select Connect using a private IP and keep everything else as default, and connect. Now we are inside the EC2 instance, which is a virtual Linux machine. Enter the bash commands on the screen and hit enter. If you see the words should now work, the deployment is ready to go. Go back to the OpenFlow control plane. Now the new deployment is showing as active. In the next video, we will create a runtime which allows us to work on data pipeline projects within the canvas. Thanks for watching.